Tonight, on Wiseguy,
you're facing serious allegations.
What I have to say, I will say in open court.
You're suspended pending this investigation.
This man told me there was a crisis and that it was my moral duty to stop it. I didn't know Kay Gallagher, but they did.
And they put me on her like a dog on the hunt.
My life became a nightmare the day I met Mr. Teranova.
we have nothing in common.
We got striking in common, Vernon. And he will waste the both of us.
Previously, on Wiseguy.
This is one of the most powerful weapons in the world. It's a printing plate, the Japanese yen. We believe a plan exists to undermine the economy of Japan.
The most powerful economy in the world is about to be destroyed by a Capitol Hill PR firm?
It's your moral duty to stop it. We do what we do for justice, don't we, Agent Teranova?
You bet your ass.
Terranova's fingerprints are all over this. Put it well, do the most good.
I haven't done anything to hurt this country.
If we don't find that plane before Getzloff's trade bill passes, that money will be released. The only thing that'll be left after that is nailing you to the cross.
We found a plane. It was registered to a Panama corporation, a corporation owned 100% by a dead man.
You mean Mel Prophet?
The person being hung out to dry is you.
I want you to proceed immediately with as much manpower as is necessary and arrest Agent Teranova.
Do you have a warrant?
You can do this, or we can get someone else.
What happened to us? I know but one code of morality for men, whether acting singly or collectively. It's a dusty notion in this town of yours, Tom. Men just don't live by it anymore. They redefine morality on a daily basis.
Vince? I've just come from the Attorney General's office. I'm supposed to detain you.
Yeah, I was a patsy all along, Frank. I should be detained. For stupidity.
Well, it's a big world, Vince. I didn't have to catch up with you.
I don't want to run, Frank. I'm exactly where I want to be. My conscience is clear.
I don't know if that's going to help you.
I think it will. So what are they doing with Kay Gallagher?
She's been detained at her apartment. They're going to want to contain this scandal, Vince. If it's never made public, it never happened. You're in a position to make a deal with them. You could accept an early retirement.
And that's what's wrong with this place, Frank.
Instead of making laws, they make deals.
And Gallagher will never be able to stand up to him. That'll leave only you and me.
Then that's the way it'll be.
At some point, you're gonna have to deal with reality. You wanna rely on the truth. The reality is there is no truth. The truth is what Striking and Masters want it to be.
Where have you left us exposed, Walter?
There's no exposure.
We were exposed the minute you ordered the assassination of Valenti without my approval. Well, we vulnerable, Walter. Which one of your moles pulled the trigger?
General, we are so far removed from...
My God, I'm dealing with an idiot.
I resent that, General. Every aspect of this operation was deployed with precision. Major Biggs saw to Valenti's removal.
And where is Biggs, Walter? Where is he?
Major Biggs, sir.
Hello, this is the Attorney General. Who sent you to Guam? You're sitting on a plane with untold sums of counterfeit currency to which you are inextricably tied for the next 12 hours. Now, I suggest you take that time to search your soul about what truly serves the best interest of your country and yourself. Search your soul, son.
I'm not going to get any straight answers from you, am I?
When it's for the record, yes.
Lock him up.
Hey! You got a problem with turning out the light?
If you'll grant blanket immunity to Miss Gallagher, we can sign off on this now.
We're not interested in formally charging her, so immunity isn't an issue.
And without immunity, Kay is left twisting in the wind?
This is a closed-door session.
My career is based on the good relationships that I have established on the Hill. Closed door or not, I am a leper.
Kay, would you please calm down?
She is still involved.
I am not involved. I was manipulated. My involvement is out of my control. Everything is out of my control. God, look at me. I look like a bad night with Roy Cohn. I can't go like this.
You got a half hour to get ready.
Fine.
She's gonna take the fifth, Buffy.
You don't have to perform now. Your client's out of the room. We're not looking to incriminate her. This is not a trial.
Towels.
We've got a suicide attempt. Wrists cut. Get the car downstairs immediately.
Here they come.
No news here, all right? No news.
Hi, Mary. Come on, talk to us.
Wait, one more, please. One more, please.
6-1 in favor of Gallagher Mill.
Good morning. We've got $1 trillion worth of counterfeit yen sitting on the runway at Andrews, and we've got to find out how it got there. This is an informal session, so let's hope we can end it here. We all have security clearance. and anything said must be considered classified. Parliamentary duties will be handled by the Attorney General. Ferris?
Thank you, Obadiah. General Masters, when did you first become aware...
Excuse me. All the participants are not here. Where's Catherine Gallagher?
She's hospitalized after a suicide attempt this morning.
Proud of yourself.
Please, don't make this any more difficult than it already is. General Master?
3 weeks ago, I received a call from the Postmaster General's office that a damaged parcel revealed contents the National Security Commission should examine. The package contained that printing plate.
And on it, our lab discovered Agent Teranova's fingerprints.
Hey, no, wait a minute.
You'll have your chance, Agent Teranova.
I took the plate and the lab report to General Masters.
I was alarmed. The package had been addressed to Gallagher's lobbying firm. We had very little to go on, except the supposition that the counterfeit yen were being made and Teranova was involved, possibly Gallagher. I decided to avoid alerting the conspirators to our discovery by putting the plate back en route to Gallagher. I then had her put under surveillance. Now I had to deal with the Teranova situation. I sent for him through DeWitt Clifton.
DeWitt?
I received a call from Admiral Stryken requesting the loan of Agent Teranova to the National Security Commission.
It was our intent to confront him with the basic fact of the plate's existence and see how he responded.
You didn't tell him you found his fingerprints on the plate?
Of course not. He was all we had. At the very least, I expected he'd play it dumb. At the very most, be guilt, remorse, mea culpa. Some sign suggesting that he knew he'd been caught. What I didn't expect was probably the slyest reaction I've ever seen to one's being confronted with one's own complicity. The arrogant bastard suggested that I had brought him in to lead the investigation.
That is a lie! I was called to Washington by DeWitt Clifton under the guise of a promotion.
Opportunity. I said opportunity.
Fine. He dropped me off at the White House, and I met with General Masters.
I was in attendance.
Admiral Stryken was not in the meeting.
Yes, he was.
Not in my version, he wasn't. Now, the reason my fingerprints were on that plate was because Masters put it in my hands. He wanted me to see it. He told me about this scheme to flood the Japanese economy with counterfeit currency. He also asked me to lead an investigation to find and stop the delivery of the counterfeit yen. He then directed me to Catherine Gallagher's firm.
Why would General Masters ask for you, when as a member of the National Security Commission, he has his own investigators, men with credentials equivalent to your own?
Because he wants to pin it on me.
Do you feel you're being persecuted?
No. It was a payback. 3 years ago, I foiled General Masters' illegal covert operation to overthrow the island of Ile Pavot.
I can attest to that, Ferris. Agent Teranova testified before my committee.
I remember the hearing, Senator. I don't recall General Masters' involvement.
That's because it never got past Stryken. The man that could have tied it to Stryken blew his brains out. Suicide follows you around, doesn't it?
Whoa. Let's take this one step at a time. And the Ile Pavot is not the issue today. General Masters, what did you do after the meeting with Teranova?
I ordered Admiral Stryken to have Agent Teranova followed.
And Agent Teranova, what did you do after the meeting?
I returned to O.C.B. to discuss this with Frank McPike. It was at this time that we discovered Dr. Valenti's death was actually an assassination.
Valenti was assassinated?
Yes, sir, he was. An OCP toxicology report found that Dr. Valenti was struck down with curare-packed bullets.
Why am I hearing this for the first time? DeWitt?
I specifically ordered Agent McPike to return all evidence concerning the Valenti murder to the D.C. police. In fact, Admiral Stryken specifically requested I make sure that it was returned.
Admiral, why were you so interested in all this?
I knew from surveillance that Agent Teranova was involved in the Valenti case, and I feared he might manipulate or alter evidence if left to his own devices.
Agent McPike, did you return the evidence?
I did, except for a toxicology report that was being processed. When the report returned, it indicated a professional killing. Valenti held security clearance. And then we discovered all the files in his personal computer had been erased.
What does that have to do with counterfeit yen?
Nothing until I instructed Agent Cermak to search the Library of Congress or find any hard copies of Valenti's recent work. And that search yielded his hypothesis on non-genuine destabilization, which I believe is the reason why he was killed.
Ferris, Agents Teranova and McPike came to me with this scheme they said General Masters had plotted based on Valenti's theory. I believed it was lunacy, but I didn't dismiss it for two reasons. One, I believe General Masters is capable of almost anything. And two, the third point of Valenti's theory is defense. The basic notion being it would be foolhardy to collapse a foreign sovereign's economy if it damaged your own, unless you defended against it. The best form of defense to avoid that kind of spillage is a restrictive trade bill, much like Senator Getzlow's.
Are you insinuating that I was somehow involved in this undercover operation?
I'm simply saying the bill came at an opportune time. And it is common knowledge that you are involved under covers with General Masters.
You son of a bitch! General! Let go of me! What's personal and private have no place here.
Gentlemen, please, both of you.
I'm not surprised that my healthy romantic relationship is being attacked by a withered old cracker who hasn't seen the Deep South in 20 years.
Senator.
I want it on record that I have been a proponent of a fair trade bill for over a decade.
Bring him in.
That guy was in a hotel room next to mine.
Somehow I don't think that's coincidental.
Major Biggs, you want to tell us who you are and how you got here? Major, don't look to anyone but yourself for guidance.
I am United States Marine Corps Major Vernon Biggs, on loan to the National Security Commission from general assignment at the Pentagon. 2 weeks ago, I was ordered by Admiral Stryken to follow an Agent Vincent Teranova. It was arranged for me to be in a room next to his in order to conduct electronic surveillance. However, I was unable to do so because of the frequency in which his room was swept. I was able to follow him to Utah, where I took photographs of him entering an abandoned transport depot.
You have the photographs?
Later, I entered the depot and discovered tread marks on the runway, suggesting its recent use by heavy transport. I also discovered dried printer's ink, the type of which is used in making Japanese money.
Well, I found the same evidence. General Masters told me to check out that depot. That's how I was photographed there.
He was thwarting the forward movement of the investigation. He knew that to continue to play the ruse of being an investigator, he had to present me with something. So he showed me a list of likely locations for the production of counterfeit currency. I purposefully recommended Dawn Valley, Utah, off that list.
Why?
Agent Teranova used O.C.B. authority to search Gallagher's office. He confiscated a file containing Valenti's theory, which had been commissioned through her firm by a Mr. Wilson.
Naturally, the name Wilson meant nothing to us. Until I saw Dawn Valley, Utah on Terranova's list. Dawn Valley is owned, practically lock, stock, and barrel, by that old hermit, Prescott Wilson.
I was able to photograph Teranova and Gallagher meeting with Wilson.
The reason I met with Wilson was because evidence suggested that he had commissioned Valenti to write that paper.
Did he?
He denied it.
He denied it. So, you're contending that this massive undertaking was created by General Masters to set you up?
No. I'm saying he would have gone along with the conspiracy anyway. He just needed somebody to lay the liability on. I was his target of choice. It's in Valenti's theory. Look under accountability.
How did we get to Guam?
Sir, I went with Vinnie to Dawn Valley. I had a conversation with the deputy sheriff there, and he mentioned to me
that he had seen a C-130 transport plane flying low over the area just a few days earlier. Well, I told Vinnie and we told Frank.
And I began a global search for the plane through the FAA.
Why didn't you use the military?
Because Agent Teranova felt General Masters and Admiral Stryken might sabotage the search.
I see. Agent Teranova decided that you shouldn't use the most sophisticated tracking systems in the world to find that plane.
When Major Biggs told me about the C-130, I immediately contacted the Air Force. They found the plane within 2 hours.
Why didn't you tell me that when we were on the phone? Damn it, Vernon, the answer's with you, not with Admiral Stryken. In this room, you are accountable to your country and your conscience now.
It wasn't a secure phone. Plus, I was in the presence of 2 O.C.B. officers. One had just shot me. Frankly, I wasn't even sure it was you.
You love this country, son?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Clifton, who owns that airplane?
The late Mr. Mel Prophet.
You were investigating Mr. Prophet at the time of his death, were you not?
I was.
He's worth a fortune.
After the first billion, you lose track.
Was a complete accounting of Mr. Prophet's assets ever made?
To my knowledge, no, sir.
It was certainly enough money to underwrite this kind of operation.
That is enough. What? This man told me there was a crisis, and it was my moral duty to stop it. I didn't know Kay Gallagher, but they did. They know how fragile an individual she is. And they put me on her like a dog on the hunt. And I chased her until they caught me. He's had it in for Gallagher ever since she lobbied for the Japanese jet fighter. And you told me that yourself, Senator Pickering. And you have seen my crime and have sought my punishment ever since the day the invasion of Il Pavot collapsed. Now, Dr. Valenti, an innocent man, is dead. Does anybody care? Or does this come under the heading of an acceptable level of death? I wonder. I wonder which one of you killed him. And it doesn't matter, does it? Because we'll never know. It just got passed down the chain of command. From you, to you, to you. And right on down the line. Bada bing. Somebody's on the next plane to El Salvador. Hmm? You know, when I came to this town, it was one of the happiest days of my life. I was here to work in the shadow of Jefferson. I was warned. About the men that had become addicted to power and complacent about its misuse. I should have heeded that warning. But I was naive. I was naive enough to believe that there was more backbone in the truth than there was in corruption. Well, you know something? I still believe it. Despite this fair, informal hearing, I still believe it.
Ferris, if we don't get to the floor and vote, come Friday, there'll be no checks for federal employees, which includes almost everyone in this room.
Well, then we'll adjourn until tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
I'll see you in the morning.
Where are you going? Where's he going?
No idea.
Take him back to his hotel room. Keep him under guard.
You can't continue to hold me.
For the next 36 hours, I can.
Major Biggs is working for the National Security Commission. He's not under suspicion. There's no reason to hold him.
He was sitting in a plane with $1 trillion worth of counterfeit yen. If that isn't suspicious, I don't know what is.
Better pay attention, guys. This could happen to you, too.
There's no reason for them to hold Major Biggs. Unless the Attorney General is out to get you.
Me?
I wasn't the one who ordered the elimination of Valenti. That was you, Walter.
It was an appropriate action. How was I to know that Biggs was going to hire a professional with a penchant for exotic drugs?
He made a mistake. How do you know he won't make another one?
Biggs is solid.
For your sake, I hope so.
You open the gate. Open the gate! You don't give me a song and dance. You tell the old man to come off his mountain, I'm gonna go up there and shoot him.
Sir? We got another one. Yes, sir. Stand in front of the camera.
You're a pathetic excuse for something, aren't you? Get on.
Prescott Wilson?
No, I'm the damned Harvest Fairy. You want me to come down and testify for that greased monkey? Your fella got snookered by old Leland, son. He's not the first one, and he won't be the last. Got anything else you want to say?
Yes, sir. I think you're a coward.
I may be a coward, but I'm not so stupid as to call a man with a bazooka a coward.
You know, it's a big hole or it's a little one. Either way, we're both dead. Now, I have a friend in Washington, D.C. who's being framed by General Masters. He's using your eccentricities as part of that frame-up. Now, my friend is a good man. He needs your help. And there is nothing in this world that you have to do that is more important than that.
I can't help you.
Set it up there, that's fine. Sit down. Now, somewhere between the two of you is the truth. Shake hands. Do it. Vernon Biggs, Vinnie Teranova. Good. You've both done a sworn duty to your country. You have a lot in common. You ought to get to know a little about each other. Major Biggs, Vinnie was born in Brooklyn. His father died when he was a teenager. His brother was a priest who was murdered by members of a white supremacist organization. Vinnie later brought those men to justice. Vinnie, Major Biggs.
I know who he is.
Oh. Have you read his file?
No. I just know who he is. Now, since the Attorney General made a point about my brother being a priest, I'd guess your father was a preacher. Maybe your mother taught school. They were educated people, but they didn't achieve all that they could have. Because of society, circumstances. Well, if they couldn't achieve, you sure as hell would. No sandlot ball or shooting hoops for you, right, Vernon? You had to hit the books. And you couldn't be as good as the other kids. You had to be better. Nobody wants to play with a kid who's so busy being better. And any kid so busy doesn't have a chance of being a child.
Shut up. I want to go back to my holding cell.
This is your holding cell.
If this is some new kind of brainwashing technique, I'm not buying into it.
You bought into it with striking.
I was given an assignment. I completed my task.
Yeah. So how far off was I?
Close enough.
Look, who I am and where my family's from has nothing to do with this.
It's got everything to do with it, Vernon. You were tailor-made for striking. The good soldier who only wants to serve. I had this friend once. He was out of the house and into a military academy by the time he was 12 years old. First in his class, too, because there was just no alternative. Went straight from the academy into special forces. Striking shaped and molded him from a good soldier that did his country's duty to a blind soldier that did his admiral's bidding. After a while, those two things became indistinguishable. And when my friend's mission failed, Striking put his head on the chopping block of the same Senate committee we face today. And you know what he said? Striking sat there and said, "What a shame good men go bad." Then he went back to his office in the White House, and my friend vanished in a mysterious explosion. See, I don't wear a uniform, Vernon, but I'm a soldier too. And the first order is to follow orders. Well, you do it too easily. I don't do it easily enough. Gets us both into trouble.
Major, is there anything you want to say?
Look, I don't give a damn about who this man's brother was or who killed him. And I won't be swayed by your transparent appeal that what you think is my emotion. I know who you are. And we have nothing in common.
We got striking in common, Vernon. And he will waste the both of us.
Look, if I have anything else to say, I'll say it in front of a subcommittee. You want to keep me here all night? Fine.
The Attorney General's right, Vernon. The truth is in this room. And you know what it is. You gotta sleep with it.
I want that door to stay open.
Are you okay? Yeah. Where'd you go?
No place, doesn't matter.
Come to order. Come to order, please. Ferris, we're ready to proceed.
We won't keep you long, Ms. Gallagher. Were you involved in the conspiracy to counterfeit Japanese currency?
No.
You are aware of it?
Yes.
When did you first become aware of the conspiracy? Miss Gallagher?
Teranova told me.
When did he tell you?
At his hotel room over a $400 dinner.
What else did he tell you?
That the invisible Mr. Wilson would kill me.
Miss Gallagher, why did you go to Dawn Valley, Utah?
Yes, I did.
Why did you go?
I don't know.
Miss Gallagher insisted on coming here against the advice of myself and her physician. She wants only to make a statement.
I am an advocate for hire. I love my work. I love working with the people in this room. I'm good at what I do. My career was perfect. My life became a nightmare the day I met Mr. Teranova.
Thank you, Miss Gallagher. Does anyone have any significant new information to add to these proceedings?
The evidence speaks for itself, Mr. Attorney General.
Evidence doesn't speak for itself, General. It is spoken for by whoever is presenting it. Major Biggs?
Mr. Attorney General, I have nothing further to say.
Agent Teranova, from what we've heard and the evidence that we have seen, I believe that if this matter were brought before a formal Senate hearing, you would end up being indicted. And I know as a prosecutor, you would be convicted. Obadiah, if this became a public matter?
It would cripple our foreign relations for years.
Agent Teranova, can you carry the scars of these events in silence?
And continue to believe in the system that I was sworn to uphold? Absolutely not.
I see. Agent Teranova, you are relieved of all your duties, responsibilities, and authority as an agent of the Justice Department. Your paycheck and pension will remain intact. Your privilege to carry a shield is revoked, but you remain accountable to your oath. Everything evidenced in this room during the past 2 days is to be considered classified information. Any violation of his secrecy will be dealt with to the full extent of the law.
A hell of a punishment for treason. But it's more important to sweep all this under the rug, because we're worried it'll make us look bad. We spend too much time worrying about perception, and not enough time exercising the authority our brave men fought and died for all over the world. We're no longer interested in being the preeminent power on Earth. We've let it slip through our fingers. And that is a tragedy.
Vince. Really got me good, didn't you?
You bet your ass.
It's amazing how hot air carries. I could hear that load of manure all the way down the hall.
Sir, this is a security clearance only session.
I've had security clearance since you were sucking milk.
Who the hell?
Prescott Wilson, shut up. You know Leland Masters is a son of a bitch. Always has been, always will be. Could lie in the face of God and be indignant when he got called on it. Sent that boy up to my mountain. Leland tried to tie me to this crap because he figured it'd never come down, didn't you, Leland? Well, I did. I had nothing to do with Valenti's paper. Nothing to do with this lame-brained scheme. Used his subordinates all his life. I've made $3 billion from scratch. Employed 100,000 men. I know something about how you treat people to turn a profit, but Leland never had to. He had you fools to hand him blank checks. Used his young men as cannon fodder. Boys full of ideals, willing to snap up a salute and do whatever. I walked away from a fortune in Pentagon contracts after the Bay of Pigs because I couldn't stomach this cue ball's talking out of both sides of his mouth. Whispered in Ike's ear, let's burn Castro. But Kennedy wasn't keen on it. So he said, let him go it alone. All those boys slaughtered on the beach. They were chopped to pieces. Oh, but Leland kept his office and his limousine. I don't want to know what you did in Vietnam. Make me puke. Who's saluting you today, Leland? Sure as hell ain't that boy. I'm not staying. I'm not answering your questions. I just gave you my answers. When they're done sticking it to you, you give me a call. Nice uniform. You kissing his butt now? You still dreaming about those lions? Tell him about your dreams, Leland. Tell him about all those lions tearing you apart. Go to hell! Real clever response.
That man's a liar. If he told the truth for 30 years, I could never believe it. I don't have any dreams. I know nothing about lions. That man is more Machiavellian than Machiavelli. He was the one who told Kennedy to withhold the air support, and then he forged the memos with my name on it. I know nothing about lions. I was the one who told them they need more helicopters in the desert and the losses be damned. But Prescott, he couldn't stomach the fact that it's a soldier's job to die, so he ran away to his mountain.
I lied. I lied for Admiral Stryken.
Major.
I was told Teranova was a subversive.
Shut him up!
I was told to link Teranova to the end. I oversaw its production for Stryken. I arranged for the plane at his orders. He ordered me. God forgive me. I arranged for the assassination of Valenti.
I had nothing to do with it. Stryken did it without my authority. They were his dreams.
You told me to get the job done. And you didn't care how. It was your idea. And you gloated about it.
Everybody down!
You don't have the nerve.
Okay, nobody move. That's an order.
Secure that weapon. Take it.
Came here 2 weeks ago, seeing Jimmy Stewart behind every marble column. I mean, my heart was actually pounding in my chest. Now I feel like it's been cut out.
The system worked, Vince.
I went up against Masters armed only with the truth. I was naive enough to think that's all I needed. The system failed, Frank.
System failed?
That's right.
Is that why the Attorney General hand-delivered Biggs to you? Is that why Pickering put himself on the line to make sure that Masters' scheme wouldn't succeed? The fact that Stryken and Masters turned bad shouldn't be an indictment of the entire institution. The system depends on decency and honesty and interest by the majority, Vince. And the majority is decent and honest. Thank God.
Who's seeing Jimmy Stewart now?
You're right. You're not the only one that spent nights reading those words at the Jefferson. And if those words are the foundation on which we're built, we are the greatest country on earth. Since I was the one that detained you, I told them I should be the one to reinstate you. Come on, Vince. Now, you don't want that pension and that big paycheck without a few of the little aggravations that go along with it, do you?